Hey everybody, how are you guys? So today, I don't even know what the day is. Let me just tell you, it's the 25th. So all I know is that my mind has been all over the place, completely scattered, and I did do the wrong devotion day. I thought it was the 26th. I'm so tired this morning. So oh my gosh. So yeah, so it's the 25th, and today our team call is. I've got a bunch of different things that I want to share with you, but um, it's mainly about social media and things that we can all improve on and things I'm learning in my training. So I signed up for a Facebook training because I am desperate for some cold market people, some people that are not in my warm market on my personal page. I want to grow an audience and a sisterhood on my like page or my fan page. And if you don't already have a fan page, you need to get one. Not that you cannot run your business on a personal page, because there are definitely people who do that. However, it is much easier to develop a following on a business page, a fan page, because you can post a ton more, and it's ideally you can attract your tribe on there. And I know a lot of you feel a little uncomfortable sometimes with some of your posts on your personal page or going live on video. And I think the reason why most people feel uncomfortable posting to their personal page is because a lot of those people could care less, and you're worried about what all those people would think. And it's understandable, because if you're posting things that mean nothing to them, or that you're worried that they're going to criticize you for, or whatever, we kind of should feel a little weird, because our personal page is not about our business. And although we can definitely share what we do on our personal page, posting all our content on our personal page is probably not the best way to go about this. And so that's what I'm learning in my Facebook training, is just utilizing your fan page as a blog. And the first thing that they talked about was our cover photos. And the very first assignment was outsource getting a cover photo done by a designer, someone who knows what the heck they're doing. And we went through literally hundreds. Everybody that was in this group was posting their pages, and then they actually went through and critiqued. And I will tell you, it is very, very obvious for those of us who try to create our own stuff on Canva, PicMonkey, whatever. It's very obvious it's not professional. And if we want to be taken seriously, that we're a professional, then, and even if you don't feel like a professional, you have to own the fact that you do have value to offer people. And I think that once we own that we have value, own that we have worth, then we need to be professionals. We're professional about that. So the number one tip that I've taken away so far is that we have to outsource getting a uniquely designed cover photo. And part of that is from the branding quiz that I posted in our page. And the reason I posted that quiz was for those of you who want to grow your business, you took the quiz. And for those of you who did not do the quiz, I don't think you really want to grow your business. And so I'm talking particularly to those of you who really do want to grow, and you have to determine what your brand is. And so this quiz, you could take it more than one time. I just took it once, and I did get the queen as mine. And it's just an amazing eye opener, because it fits me so well. Ambition is the new black, and I love like feeling some sense of power and sense of leadership and going after things, royalty and VIP, and like these are terms that I use all the time. And then the colors, they give you colors to choose from, and I'm already using my peak navy, and then this suggested throwing in some gold. It wasn't my like bright pink that I love so much, but it was like a darker pink. But anyways, I'm going to do the bright pink, navy, and gold. That's what I've already been doing, but it was consistent with what I've already doing, which it was in love with. It's so neat. It even gives you letters that your tribe responds to the best. So the whole point of a fan page is to speak to people like you, to speak to yourself. So when you're frustrated about something, you share it. When you're annoyed about something, you share it. When you have victory in something, you share it. And it's personal. And so their suggestion is after you get that formal cover photo done, then you start using your fan page as a journal. So you need to create a couple entries a day, just sharing your life. They recommended anywhere from 3 to 8 times a day. And don't let that be overwhelming, because a lot of this does not have to be well thought out. It just needs to be sharing you in the moment and why you're thinking what you're thinking. And so it's not about holding up your Shakeology and being like the best food ever. And they talked a lot about photos, and they highly suggest absolutely no stock photos. If you see a quote, you make your own picture with that quote. If you like your Shakeology, put it in a wine glass, put it in something, and make a post about why you like it. Or you didn't know that there was maca in your shake, and you know that is why it does blank for you. If you're struggling with your kids, like how your fitness helps you with the frustrations you have with your kids or your husband or in your marriage or whatever. I'm not talking about sharing your baggage, sharing your junk, but at the same time, I kind of am, because in order to jive and find your tribe, then you all have to connect. And the only way we can connect and create friends and create a tribe is to share the junk on your Facebook page. And so I know that's a little uncomfortable for a lot of people. I totally get it. But this becomes whether you want to grow or you don't want to grow. It really is that simple. It's going to take time, and I'm not expecting you to like come all out of the closet with everything all at one time. I'm saying over time, and that's exactly what this training is saying. This training is saying, okay, now that you have this information, go get a cover photo made. I'm going to share with you in our coaches page when I get mine done, because I've already reached out to a branding person, and when I get it done, I'm going to share it with you guys, of course, and then I'm going to tell you where I got it done so that you can do the same thing. And then after you get that, then start with one thing. Start changing up your quotes for and make them your own. That's like the one thing, the first thing that you can do. And after you do your quotes, hey Amber, how are you?
It's good. How are you?
I'm good. So I'm just in the middle of talking about branding, and we're talking about Facebook like pages. And so you'll have to kind of go back and listen because I'm kind of pressed for time. But
I have a screaming baby in the background.
well, that's okay. When she screams, you can just mute yourself and you're all good. So thank you for jumping on. So the biggest thing is after you get your cover photo, your professionally done cover photo, and guys, like the one person I'm talking to right now said she would do it for $15. Like, so it's not that expensive. And this is the thing, from what this Facebook training is saying, it's crucial. It is crucial to have a kind of like curb appeal when people come onto your page. And so how can you expect to grow if we don't have that appeal? And so we're not expected to do it on our own. That's what they're saying. Outsource it. And then as far as steps to take next, so I'm going to be sharing all my journey with this Facebook training with you guys along the way. So for the next several weeks, anything I'm learning, I'm going to share with you guys. And so the next step that you would need to take is just being mindful of your posts. And the one thing that I know Ashley is doing this, Ebony does this, Crystal does this some, but if you see a quote that you love, or if you have a huge takeaway from your daily devotion in the morning, and that's why you guys know that I am a pusher for getting your butt out of bed and getting your Jesus time and getting in your workout in the morning. Why? Because it creates clarity up here. It allows you to have a couple of minutes to like have some personal time, and whatever takeaways you have from that time in the morning, that's what you share on social media. And if you guys have followed this with me, I've created my Journey to Fit calendar, which has quotes And that's the quotes that I use. It's done for me for the whole month. I don't even have to think about it. So that's what I'm suggesting that you guys do. You kind of have to create a plan. And if you are like, I don't know what to post, I don't know what quotes to use. Well, if you're doing personal development, then you should have no problem coming up with posts. If you're reading daily scripture, if you're reading any sort of book for personal development, you have no reason to not have something to share. And so that's where I want you to start. Simply start there. Share something personal, personal takeaway with a quote every single day. And it doesn't have to be like Motivation Monday or fitness, Fitness Friday. No, I'm just saying, if you took away a quote or a scripture or something personal with your personal development, use that as your quote for that day. And keep it consistent. Every single day, you need to be posting that. And for me, I do that on Instagram, on Facebook, my like fan page, and also on my personal page. Why? Because everyone can benefit from that. And so that's really where I want to kind of leave it. I think maybe I'll do one more. So the next thing, other than the quotes that they talked about, was do not use a Pinterest photo or a Google photo and with words on it and post it to your pages. Why? Because it's lazy and it's not good business practice. And if you're trying to build a tribe, a brand, so like Amber's on here and defining moments with Amber. Well, a Pinterest quote is not a defining moment with Amber. The quote was maybe a defining moment for her of looking at that quote and saying, that's me. That hit the nail on the head. Like I'm looking at one right now on my vision board. It says, if it's important to you, you will find a way. If not, you will find an excuse. Put that on a white background with the quote on there. And then at the bottom, you can put your name or your fitness name, like defining moments with Amber. So I actually made a stock photo of my logo at the bottom, my Medical Mama Makeovers, which you guys know I'm changed over that for business purposes because that's what I'm trying to do is grow this tribe. And so I made that stock photo. So all I have to do is upload that photo to any app and then just put words on it. And it's done in a second. Like upload, put the words, done. Upload, put the words. And I actually usually do that for every single week since I already have my scheduled post for my calendar, Journey to Fit calendar. I already know what quotes I'm going to put or what declarations I'm going to put. I actually have that already planned. So every Sunday, I try to go ahead and type out those quotes so they're there, and all I have to do is just upload them. Now, I do spend a couple of minutes with the wording of my like Journey to Fit and what I took away from that devotion, but I use that on all three of my platforms, Instagram, my fan page, and my personal page. So stock photos, don't use them. Don't use them, period. Like that's my recommendation because I've taken it away from many trainings that I've done. And then again, in this training, it says, do not use stock quotes and photos because it's not personal. It's lazy and it's not personal. People don't connect with that photo. They connect with your words, but they don't connect with the photo. And so think about that for a second. Like when you've done a stock photo before, did people comment on the actual words of the photo, or did they comment in response to the words that you said about the photo? So just a little takeaway there. And then another big, huge one, and this will be my last tip for today. So we've talked about cover photos for your fan page and why it's basically a must. If you're going to do a business, then you have to have a business page or your fan page. And basically, we're looking at this as a blog. It's a share your life blog. It's a real raw blog. And so it can be intimidating, and I totally get it. I totally understand how it can seem intimidating. But this is what we need to do. This is what we have to do in order to attract a market that we've not ever talked to before. And I'm sorry, but I've been doing this for so long, and I have thousands of friends on Facebook, and it's hard for me to get business every month. Why? Because I'm talking to mostly people that have no interest in what I'm doing. So I'm trying to find my tribe and more people who are interested. And the only way to do that is to build a fan page and to try to attract people to my fan page. So that's why we're talking about fan pages. And you have to have a good cover photo. you need to outsource this. You need to find a cover photo that totally says, that's me. I just need to put my face on it. And you need to give it to someone to do their fancy work and help you create a photo, a cover photo. Sorry, I'm like getting all these messages. But so cover photo and then quotes. This is a simple way to start, guys. A simple way to start posting to social media is be the positive light through quotes, through things that you are learning. Take a white background or a pink background or a blue, whatever color. I just say pick a white background and then pick a color that you think represents you. Like for me, it's the hot pink. I love the pink. So, and then just write those quotes on there. Simple, but just focus on that for a week and just get that down where every day you start the day with a quote. So people start looking for your quotes every morning because they're anticipating your positive vibe, your positive energy. And then the third thing is photos of you. So a lot of people don't want to show themselves. And a lot of people, especially who are still on their weight loss journey or on their journey to a better life, they don't want to show their face because they're just not confident yet. But let me tell you something. People do not connect to words. People don't connect to a stock photo. They connect to you, and you are unique in your own way, and you have something of value to offer. So they're saying that at least you need to post between 3 and 8 times a day on your fan page. And the reason is because it's a blog. It's like a blog. We need to treat it like, okay, this happened this morning and this is how I handled it and this is what I did. Okay, this happened around lunchtime, like I'm on a call with my girlfriends. This is what's happening. And then in the evening when you're like done for the day, exhausted, and you're getting to hold your kids and appreciate life, that's another post, right? But in the middle of those posts, you need to post your vital behaviors. You need to post that you're doing your personal development with your quote. You need to post that you're doing your fitness. And then if you want to post about your superfood, guys, that's like 6 or 7 posts right there. So it doesn't have to be complicated, but it has to be consistent. And so you have to show your face. So if you are on your call with your girls, like for me, I'm going to take a picture in just a second of us on this call because it's part of my life. It's part of what I do every day. And so that's an easy post. A post with your baby, like a picture of your face is the most important thing about a fan page. It's the most important. So if you take away anything with the fan page business so far, you have to show your beautiful face, and you have to show it a lot. Because your fans want to see you. It's just like a movie star. Like, of course, we're not movie stars, but when we're building a brand, then they want to see our face. And so you have to recognize that that's how important it is. These people are following you because they want to see your face. They want to know what you have to say. They want those tips from you, and they want to know that you're real. So if you're exhausted because you are not sleeping well for whatever reason, your babies, my adrenal fatigue, your whatever, like you roll out of bed, you take a roll out of bed, I'm exhausted selfie and say, Mom, life is exhausting. This is what I've been through last night, but it's not going to stop me from reaching my goals. Like, that's what people want to see. They want to see, and and they already say that you're an inspiration. So we can't shy away from like the real raw stuff of how life really is. And I know I can be better about that because my life is chaotic. And sometimes I want to like pretend like it's all together and put together, and it's just not. There's lots of areas that I'm working on personally, have been working on, and we just have to be more vulnerable. Okay, so just to wrap that up really quick, like pages, fan pages, basically it's your blog. So change your mind on it being a business page, because it's going to get you business, but it's not going to get you business if we're not treating it like a blog, like a personal journey page. And if we're not sharing consistently, then people aren't going to follow us. So just change your view on this whole like page thing and know, okay, it's my blog. I got to write on my blog 3 times today. Like, that's my new mentality now, is I just got to check in with my girls 3 times a day now, and just share my heart and share where I'm at. And one of those is live video. That's how I share a lot of my stuff. You guys know that. And the reason I'm appear confident, because so many people are like, how do you're just so confident on there. You know how? Because I do it all the time. I just do it. And so over time, you're going to become confident too if you just do it. And that's the same thing with all the posting. So fan page is your blog, and it's your way of sharing who you are and what you can do to help people live on a page. So cover photo, you got to outsource that to somebody. And I'm in the process of getting mine done. So don't freak out. I'm going to share with you my photo, my page when it's done. And then I'm going to give you the contact of the girl who did it for me. So you guys are going to have that resource. So don't panic. But I will say that you can't do your own cover photo. You can't. Because I have spent hours trying to craft one on my own. And I feel like I'm pretty decent with graphics and creating pretty cool stuff. But number one, it takes the time it took me to do that. I needed to be inviting people to my challenge group, because if I don't invite people, I'm not going to grow a business. So the time we take creating all these crazy graphics and creating all this stuff is going to take away from the most important thing, which is inviting people to our groups, right? And so we can't do these things on our own, and we shouldn't. We shouldn't be expected to be a professional photo maker. So we got to outsource that. So don't be negative because I know I'm like, that's money. Like I can do it myself. That's the biggest thing is we can't. There's certain things we should not be doing ourselves because we don't have the time and we need a professional to help us. So I'm going to get you that info. The second one was the quotes. You have to have takeaways every day if you're doing your personal development. And if you want to grow a business as a coach, you have to be doing personal development and spiritual development. So you're just taking away something super small and putting a quote out there and just sharing your heart about that quote. And for me, first thing in the morning is always like from my Jesus calling, things that are like speaking to me. Easy. It may not seem easy to you guys because you're not doing it every day, but I promise you, if you just start doing this, just start with that quote post. It'll come naturally, and then you just know. And then on your like page, guess what? You can schedule it. You can schedule it out every day. So if you start kind of panicking of how I'm going to have time for this on Sundays, just create your quotes and go ahead and schedule them. That's what I do. And then I go back and then I type in my words that morning. I schedule it, and then I go back and type my words that morning of how I'm feeling that morning. And it's not that hard. It's really not that hard. And then the third thing was photos of you. Blow up your like page, your fan page with photos of you. That was their biggest thing. They said, guys, share things, put your face out there and make people curious as to what the heck you're talking about. Make them read your posts. Make them curious. And so that means we got to put ourselves out there. Okay. Wow, I just covered like a ton of stuff in like 30 minutes. And but it's all good stuff, and it's really not that hard. We just got to move forward and take action with these areas. One more thing I did want to share really quick is a few things that I took away from another call that I was on earlier this morning. And if you guys are having trouble sharing about all access and challenge groups, this is kind of what they were suggesting that's working for them. Is what first thing is when you're talking about what you can do to help someone, are you interested in joining me? You lead with Shakeology, because I know the whole all access is like what everyone's leading with, right? It's all access fitness. Are you kidding? Like it's amazing. But if we lead with all access, we are discrediting the value of Shakeology. And Shakeology is what gives us residual income. Shakeology is the basis of our business. If we don't do a fitness program, we can still be healthy with Shakeology. So the biggest thing is to not lead with the fitness all access, but lead with, if you do Shakeology for 30 days, you can get all of the programs for just an additional $60. Everything. So instead of saying you're going to get all these programs and then for an extra $100, like, does that sound it sounds better to say for an additional 60, you can have access to all of our programs. And then if they say, okay, or if you want to give more info, make sure that you're saying, if they say, well, how does this work? What's all included or whatever? I just say, when you join me, you get me as your personal coach. You get my VIP challenge group Those are the first two things that are most important, because remember, you're not leading with the products, you're leading with the value of you. So you get me as your personal coach plus a VIP all online challenge group to keep you motivated and supported. And you get the Shakeology, and you get portion control containers, and you get all access to our fitness programs. So when you tell them all of the things that you're getting, and then don't even mention price until the very end. In my opinion, I have an email. You guys know I have an email that has all of these details in there. So when I ask people, are you interested? And they say yes, I say, can I have your email address? And in the email, that's exactly what I tell them. I give them a little background on myself and why I know that I can help them. And then I say, when you choose to join me, this is what you're going to get. And everything I just told you. And then I actually go ahead and talk with them about a program, because you should never be telling someone you can do anything you want. Why? Because they're not going to do anything, right? Think about it. You need to be finding out what they need in a program and say, okay, you have all access, so let's develop a plan. I would like for you to start with this program month 1, and then we'll see how you feel. If you need to do another round, then you can do another round. But after that, then you'll bump up to this program. And if at any point you see another program that you want to try, finish out the first one, and then let's talk, and I'll help you figure out if that program is the next one you need to do. So I always say, I'm recommending you start with 21-day fix or PIA, whatever it is that you think they need to start with. And say, but you have access. So if it's not working or you want to try something different after this one, you can do anything. But this is the one I recommend you start with. And that's what I've led with, and that's what my ladies are doing. They're doing the program I recommended, even though they have all access. And then now, after month 1, I'm like, okay, what's your plan? What are we going to do to keep you going? And so you just need to have that conversation. But I just wanted to remind you guys that when you're having conversation about people joining you in your challenge group, you lead with Shakeology. That is the basis of our business. And then as a bonus, they get all access to the fitness programs. Because if we don't do that, we're discrediting the value of Shakeology, and they're never going to try it. And then the next thing that I took away is that the successful coaches are the people who are hitting Success Club and who are growing their business and adding new people every month. They require Shakeology to be in a challenge group. So that's why in my last challenge group, you guys saw that I said you have a requirement. In order to be in a VIP challenge group, you have to be doing Shakeology in a fitness program. And so for me, starting in February, this is what's going to be true for everyone, including you guys as coaches. If you want to be in the VIP app with me, you want help with me and your challengers, you have to be on Shakeology and you have to be doing a fitness program. Why? Because that's at a level of accountability that we all have to hold ourselves to. Now, plan B on, okay, well, what if you can't afford Shakeology right now? Or what if your doctor told you can't take it, or whatever. I need some feedback from you guys on that, because it doesn't mean that you can't host your own challenge groups. I don't want you to hear me wrong. I host groups every month for my challengers, and I generally help my newest coach or coaches learn how to run a challenge group. And everyone else needs to be doing their own groups. But if you've been out of it a while and you want to get back into things, then the way that you're going to be able to get hooked back up with me is if I can't expect all my paid people to be doing something if everybody's not doing it. To me, it's just not fair. And so that's how I have to do things now. But it doesn't mean you can't run your own group. And so there's 2 different options that we as a team can collectively think about. We can either have an ongoing fitness group in Facebook like we did before called the Fit Club, and all coaches who just need accountability, who don't really have the money to do Shakeology but they're doing their fitness every day, or people who had to put their Shakeology on hold, or people who can't do fitness because they're injured and they want to drink Shakeology. One or the other. We can either have a Fit Club for all of those people. So you have a place. Like, I'm not going to abandon you and leave you for nothing, right? I'm still your coach and I still want to help you, but there's just a different level of commitment and accountability in those circumstances. And so I don't know what to do in this case, but I do know that I have to raise the bar on requirement to be in a group with me, because the people who don't do both, they're not doing anything. They're not getting results, and they're giving a bad name and a bad rep for what I'm offering, because they're not stepping up to the plate. So for those that say no to Shakeology, they end up not doing their fitness. They end up not posting in the group. They end up not doing anything. And so I feel like I have to raise that bar for expectation. So the other option would be to open up an app group where we run it the same way as we have all the other ones, except we extend it for like 120 days, something like that. So basically it's the same type of thing. Like, I would be in there just like I'm in my other app group, but it may not be as much, or I may not be in there motivating and posting as much content or whatever, because my attention has to be placed on the people who have paid money to invest in my help. So that was a big takeaway. Yes.
Okay, so I have one girl who just bought 21 Day Fix, and she said that she has started stuff in the past and then she didn't ever stick to it really hard. And so her husband is leery of her spending as much money as it costs to get Shakeology, but he let her get the program. And he said he wants to see her doing the program and commit to that, and then he'll let her purchase Shakeology. How would you go about it with that? Because I was hoping that I would be able to join in, because I've got her, and then there's one other person who I sent her the link. She hasn't confirmed it yet, but she wants 21 Day Fix and the 7-day sampler of Shakeology, because she doesn't know which one she would like, or if she's going to be 100% with the Shakeology or not. And I was hoping to get in a group with them starting in February, but I don't know where to go.
Yes.
Or what to do in that case.
So in that case, as a coach, because you now have 2 customers that are depending on you, and you know that they don't meet the qualifications for the VIP app, then in my opinion, what you would need to do is post in our team page to say, I have 2 people who are not on Shakeology but a program. I'm going to host a group and I need some people to join me. Is there anyone else because you can run your group however you want. You don't have to have the requirements that I'm putting on my business at all. And so that's what I would do. You just ask, you want a partner, you want someone else to run the group with you. The other option is that if there are a couple of people who are in that situation, then potentially we could do the Facebook group. But my only hesitation with doing the Facebook group is that at what point will you guys as coaches demand a higher standard if you have a place that you don't have to have a standard?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that makes sense. Like, if you can just have a group every month and not ask people to buy Shakeology, then you're not ever going to ask people to buy Shakeology. So, there's got to be something that helps all of us, appreciate the value and also take accountability for how important we are as coaches and how valuable we are and what we offer. Because to me, that's part of it too. A part of it. And of course, you're going to have people who say, I can't afford it. So with those people, I have to have a place for them to go too. So I'm in the same boat, because there's still people who won't do it. They won't do what I'm asking them to do. So I'm of course going to still help them. But I just haven't decided what I want to do. I don't know if a Facebook page just to put people in for accountability is going to help or hurt our team growing. I don't know. I have no idea how to handle it, because I'm here to help, and I think that's going to help, but I think it's also going to hurt, motivates people.
Because I have both of those girls, the one I'm waiting on her to confirm her link, and I sent her a reminder message earlier today. The other one, she's just super stoked. She's already got her program. She's already got her portion container. She's looking at everything, and she's like, I can't wait. And she was already, her husband is starting to see how excited she is, and he's slowly, he's just watching. And she said he's actually starting to tell me that if I stick to it, then I can get other things and do other things. So she's already like going through the programs and asking me, okay, which one should I do next? And then after this and after, you know, so she's trying to get it all lined out already. And, you know, so I'm just kind of, she's super excited about it. And I'm just not sure where I'm going to end up putting her.
Yeah. So I would definitely, because I know that like Shelly, who she's not even directly underneath me, but she's been active in our coaches page, and she's actually doing the team cup with me and some other girls. And then Denise, who's on, who is a newer coach. I usually would partner with all my new coaches to show them, and she was posting in the last group doing awesome on Fridays. And so but what I would do, and this is what I'm recommending everyone. So the call is recorded, and so everyone who's interested in growing their business will watch these calls. But basically, for anyone who knows they need a challenge group for some customers, but knows that they didn't do Shakeology, so they don't really deserve the VIP treatment like everybody else, but you need to coach them. Post in our team page to say, I have 2 customers. They are not interested in Shakeology right now, but they are super pumped and excited about doing 21 Day Fix. So I'm going to host a group for them. Is there anybody else that wants to join forces and run a group with me in February? That's what I would do. Now, the other option would be, Amber, is between now and then to not stop asking other people to join you, because there's still a whole week. So if you have 2 people that decide they want to do all access, like out of the blue, someone that, you know, is like, yes, I would love to do this with you, like, bam, you're done. And then if you want to choose to invite the other ones who didn't do Shakeology into your group for one round and say, look, I don't normally do this. I don't normally let people who are not on Shakeology in my VIP group, because it's not fair to everyone else. But because I know that you're excited, and I know and I trust that you're going to stay motivated and you're going to encourage other people, I'm going to let you in this group. But you have to commit to me that you're going to post every day, that you're going to do all the things that you need to do. So that's another way you could go about it with those other girls. But yes, so we'll work it out. If, you know, if for some reason you don't have anyone to step up to join you in a group, then we just need to come up with a plan. And it may be that we just open up a private Facebook group and just start running something from there. Or it may be that we'll figure it out. I don't want you to worry about that. But I am starting a like a free group on the 6th. And so for sure, that's where they can go. For a week on Facebook, for a whole week, I'm going to do a free group. Mostly the free group is, I'm kind of torn, and I could use some help with it, but it's Valentine's, right, in February. So I want to do something that's about love yourself, love your family, like having people write out some things and like show love through the month. So my focus for that free group, I don't want it to be about fitness and nutrition. I want it to be more about like loving yourself and loving who you are and loving others around you. So acts of kindness and doing like some cool things for your husband or for your kids. So I really want my group to be about that. But with the group, then we will give like a week's worth of recipes we love, or a meal plan we love. Like that's our way of saying, thanks for joining us. Oh, by the way, here's a free meal plan. And then that way we have something to follow up with those people to say, hey, like, thanks for joining our love group, or whatever we end up calling it. Why don't you join me for another 21 days? Like, we totally have a group where we also still talk about loving yourself, and we also still help you with fitness and nutrition. It's just another way of drawing people in. So for sure they'll have a place to go for that first week. But today I would get in our team page and just say help in big letters, like, I've got 2 people, just explain the situation and say, I need a partner to run a group with. does anyone have other people that they're willing to run a group with? Like, that's what I would do first. Anytime you have those things come up or those questions, or you're like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do, automatically post it in our team page, and then I will be watching that at some point during the day, and of course give you a response. But sometimes you may post that, and like literally the next second someone may say, I have 2 people too, like, let's do this together. And that's exactly what it's supposed to be like on our team page.
Okay. Thank you. I'm just
Yeah.
slowly stepping back into it.
Yeah, no, you're doing perfect, and don't worry about that. Don't panic. Like, we'll make sure that they're taken care of, and just, you just keep pushing forward, and we'll definitely figure it out.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Did you have any other questions?
Not that I can think of. Those are the 2 that I've been mulling over.
Okay. Well, definitely just post any more on the team page, and then I will post this recording by tomorrow. And so if you want to, I know you already have a fan page. So honestly, Amber, like, the things that you're doing right now with posting your post-workout selfie with your husband and posting pictures with your baby, like, those are perfect for your fan page. And that is how people are going to start following you, is from that stuff, those posts. And particularly like depression, postpartum depression, and how you're fighting that. I mean, seriously, like, there are so many moms who struggle after having babies for so many reasons, and you're fighting it with the right way. Like, you're fighting it with having a community around you, with trying to be healthy for her, and like doing all the things that other people want to be doing. And so take ownership of that. Like, it's awesome. And it doesn't mean you're not going to struggle. It doesn't mean that at all. And it doesn't mean that there's something wrong because you're struggling. And I think so many of us think, like, I can't post about that. Like, it's kind of embarrassing. Like, but so many people have a lot of the same struggles as we do. And so I think that once we are vulnerable on our journey and use our fan page as a journal, of just kind of getting it out there and saying, this is what I'm struggling with, but this is what I'm doing about it, that's what it's about. So I hope you're encouraged by the whole fan page thing, because you know how to do this, and you're slowly getting back into it. And I think the best way to do that is just to start being yourself, like raw, and just sharing how you're feeling, and it'll be perfect.
Okay.
All right. Well, I'm going to run. And just, guys, I'm here. Like, let me know, private message me. And of course, a lot of my responses to you all is to, can you please post it to the team page? And that's usually because other people have the same questions as you guys. So always go there first, and then you know where to find me. And we will definitely help you be successful. Denise, did you have any questions or anything?
I kind of jumped in when you had already started. So I know you mentioned something about a fan page. Where is that, or where are we supposed to do that?
So yes, so you will need to listen to the recording.
Okay.
So I'm going to get this downloaded to YouTube and post it by tomorrow. I have to go pick up my boys, so I'm pressed for time. But
Okay.
a fan page is a like page. And everyone needs one. That's basically what I talked about. But I'm learning more about this. I've had one for a couple of years. I just changed mine to Medical Mama Makeovers for business purposes, and I shared that with you all in our team page. But basically, don't panic. Don't worry with it. I would not even worry about starting one yet. I will work personally with you when you're ready to do that. I do think that it has to be sooner than later. Like, my goal for you would be to get a fan page going by the end of the month. But we need to talk about it personally, like on a little call with just you and I, so I can help explain it to you, and so that way, so you're not overwhelmed.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
Yeah. But watch the recording, and then after you watch the video by tomorrow, just touch base with me. Send me a message and just tell me you watched it, and then we'll set up some next steps as far as to what I think, because you're just starting, and you have the perfect opportunity to start sharing on that like page the real Denise, like the real you, and building an audience. And it's not as scary on there as it is on your personal page.
Yeah, I think that's why I've been so hesitant to
Yeah,
post.
and I talked about in the beginning of this call why we all feel scared and a little worried and a little uneasy posting on our personal page. And I think that that's normal, and we should feel that way, because the majority of those people we're never going to help because they don't want our help. And so it's weird, and it should be weird. So the whole point of a fan page, a like page, is to actually post to your tribe, your people, so then it becomes a lot less uncomfortable. And that's why it's so important.
Okay.
So I hope that makes sense. Like you have to be consistent on your like page with yourself and like your family and who you are. And of course, you need to be posting that you're getting your workout in. But I'm not talking about like doing videos or going all in with Shakeology and all this craziness on your public page at all. You need to like throw out some breadcrumbs to just let people know what you're doing, but it's not an all-in kind of gig on your personal page. It shouldn't be. Our fan page, that's what that's for.
Okay.
All right, girls. Well, thank you so much for getting on. I wish I could see your face, Denise, but Amber, I just love seeing your face.
I have to work on fixing that.
Yeah, no, it's okay. It's just so fun to get to see, and this precious baby that I get to look at. Oh my gosh, she's grown so much. So crazy.
I know.
Oh my gosh.
Chunker.
Yes. Oh,
but she's a precious one.
She is. They are, and it doesn't mean that it's not stressful or that life is not completely different, but they are precious. Yes, they are. All right, big smile because I'm going to take a photo.
Fighting nap time and all that stuff right now. That's fun.
Yes, I totally get it. All right, sisters. Well, I am going to let y'all go so I can go pick up my boys, and y'all have a good rest of your day. And of course, let me know if I can do anything for you. Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.